Okay, and finally, number 12, JMU at number 5, Oregon. It's a first-rounder. Winner gets Texas Tech in the quarterfinals. Ducks a 21.5-point favorite, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. One final ride at Autzen. It's been raining all week in Oregon, but it never rains at Autzen Stadium. You already know that. Weather forecast for the game might rain, might not. Love the Ducks jerseys, green and yellow, green helmets, green tops, yellow bottoms, green gloves. Love when the GoDucks.com Instagram page puts out the unis for Oregon. Love this JMU fan who's been taking planes, trains, and automobiles to get to Autzen. Someone get that guy a free sideline pass, man. He's awesome. His Twitter is @DMV Adventures. He's been posting about his journey all the way across the country. He was on a train somewhere in snowy Montana, which looked just gorgeous to make it out to Autzen. JMU finished 12-1. Sun Belt champs beat Troy. Wayne Knight, the running back, had over 200 yards in the game, was the Sun Belt championship game MVP. Alonza Barnett III is the quarterback, Sun Belt Player of the Year, 21 passing touchdowns, 14 rushing touchdowns. They do a lot of sleight of hand, spread, then chuck it long. Saw them in person at Texas State earlier this year. They hung 52 on G.J. Kinney's Bobcats in San Marcos. That was a fun game to be at. They're a really explosive offense. They obviously like to run the ball a lot. That's no mystery. I think how fun would it be if Arch was coming to Autzen this weekend or Notre Dame was coming to Autzen? Like, I do catch myself thinking about that what if. Like, the energy around this game, I think it'll be good. I mean, it's a college football playoff game at Autzen. It should be very good. Tickets aren't too low. Like, the nosebleeders are selling for $80 or more, so they're not too low for sure. It's a special moment for JMU, obviously, to be able to play at Autzen. Like, how cool is that? Like, did you ever think if you were a JMU alum or JMU football fan that you'd be like, yeah, we're going to play at Autzen Stadium in a college football playoff game? Like, that's really cool for them and their fan base. And for Oregon, for the seniors, man, like, I think that's Lanning's pitch. Like, he says two things a lot, like, our standard is our standard, which is the response that he gave this week when he was asked about guarding against some kind of not a letdown, but just like the outside noise being like, oh, yeah, Oregon should win this game by 30 or 40. They're favored by more than 3 touchdowns. Like, to guard against complacency, whatever you want to call it, the outside noise, making the game not seem like it has a ton of energy. That's what he always says, our standard is our standard. And also, I mean, I think his speech will probably say something about, the seniors, the Bryce Betchers of the world, who this is their final time at Autzen. Final time, period, hard stop. So there's some special seniors on the team. Obviously, it's a pretty young team for Oregon. A lot of sophomores and juniors, and of course some fabulous freshmen, especially on offense, and in the secondary. But it's one last ride for the seniors. Is it a backdoor cover type game? 21.5. I don't know. I mean, I think if Oregon shuts down the JMU run game, I mean, to talk about that, like, specifically, Bear Alexander, Amari Washington's supposed to be a first-round pick. Tatum Tuioti, Mateo Uyunglele, those guys are potential first, second-round picks. Like, I talked about that with Yogi Roth on the pod. That's an incredible front four right there. And then, obviously, you have Betcher and Blake Purchase and other guys at Jackson at linebacker. So, I think, if you're Oregon, you got to just flex on that front seven. I think, the safeties, Finney comes down and hits hard. Dylan Thienemann's in the box a lot, hitting hard. So could be a big day for those guys to hit hard in the box. I think they do try to take the top off with these long bombs, the spread long bombs. But in general, for sure, the first thing JMU wants to do is run the ball. You talk about like the talent gap. I mean, Oregon's probably got 25, 30 players who are going to play in the NFL someday. JMU probably doesn't have more than 1 or 2, if any. So, there's just a significant talent gap. Like, it's just across the board a big talent gap. But, Oregon's offense has been clunky, and I think that's what we all want to see from the receivers is, like, does DeCorian Moore play? Does Evan Stewart play? Does Gary Bryant Jr. play? We watched the local journalist tweet out videos of Oregon stretching earlier this week. And DeCorian Moore was fielding punts. With DeCorian Moore fielding punts, to me, that makes it seem like he's going to play. Evan Stewart, I didn't see anything of him even running around, just stretching, and same with Gary Bryant. Maybe there was video out there of them doing that, but I didn't see it. If I had to guess, I would guess that DeCorian Moore plays. He's been resting all of November. Malik Benson and McClellan were huge in the month of November. I've been over that a million times, how great Benson was in November to help the team. Gary Bryant gets his ankle banged up against Iowa, but I don't know. The Stewart thing is just still a mystery to me because he hasn't played all season, and the injury reportedly happened in June, and it was a serious injury. So I do think there's a chance he doesn't play in any part of the postseason, or maybe he plays by January in the Natty. It's just tough, man. So I think if DeCorian Moore and Gary Bryant come back, Oregon can win the Natty. I think if those guys don't come back, it's just much tougher. Like when you don't have two really, really elite receiving weapons, it's just a lot tougher. But I kind of expect Oregon to just play dominant defense and run the ball really well in this game. I don't think it's like, while everyone would like to see DeCorian Moore catching an 80-yard bomb, which obviously could happen, I think it'll be, I don't even want to call it a conservative game plan, just more of a calculated game plan. Don't need to show Texas Tech a ton of tape. Keep everyone healthy, rev everyone up. So I'm still really excited about the game. I mean, it's a playoff game at Autzen. The college football playoff logo is painted on the turf at Autzen right now. It'll be on the players' jerseys, I would imagine. Like, it's a playoff game at Autzen, man. There are a lot of cool things to say about that. But at the same time, like, is it going to be some crazy entertaining game to watch? Probably not. I'm going to the College Football Central site for Oregon football right now, see if they have anything interesting up here. Obviously, they dropped their uni combos on there. See if they have anything else on the first round at Autzen on the Game Center page here. Not a ton. Just parking lots open early. Seating opens at 3, kickoff at 4:30 local. But yeah, it's college football playoff season for Oregon, and sorry, I know that wasn't super exciting there. Was just seeing if there's anything interesting on there, but yeah, I think final take, I would say Oregon covers that 21.5. With all due respect to the Dukes, and my final score prediction was, where's it at? Oregon 44, JMU 17. That's how I see it.